the second part of the clinic is actually we're trying to cover the course activities and assessment this session. Okay. And this we are using MS Team. And if there's any question after the clinic, you can always email us to LMS Team wou.edu. Right. Okay, there are a few housekeeping rules. You have a poll during this session. You have two polls. One is before we begin answer the topics, and if you have any questions, chat, put it in the chat box, raise your hand, and we will be recording this session. For the first sharing session, I would like to draw your attention on setting up your profile on FlexLearn for tutors. Okay, so we've launched this a few months ago, and actually we encourage our tutors and students to share their profile on FlexLearn, at least their profile picture. Okay, so this is the steps. So all you need to do is click on your name, and you can click on the profile, you can click on change picture, and then you can upload picture and just add. Okay, I'm gonna start showing you how we do it. So this is from my previous session. So actually I can change the picture by clicking on my profile. Then here and change the picture. You have a profile picture ready. Upload, save and close. Okay. You can see this, the profile picture has changed. So just a brief overview and introduction about our landing page. So as a tutor, this is what you see using a demo account. And for this purpose, for the SST, choosing the course WC 118. Okay. And actually, you can see on the landing page, on the side page, you have this interface. So anytime you feel a bit lost, when you are in the course, you want to come back, you just can click on this WOU FlexLearn icon or image, then it will take you back to the landing page. Okay. Then we have this waffle icon that you can pin or unpin if, let's say, you have a few courses that you don't want to miss. You can pin and be create. It will automatically create a category called pin. You can also unpin by the end of semester. If, let's say, you are going to leave this course and move on to the other course. Okay. So the few icon here is somewhat very standard, even though when you go into your own course page, you will see this is the message alert icon. So anytime somebody send you an instant messaging, it will be appearing here. And this is subscription alert. So if let's say you as a tutor, you don't want to miss any forum updates, you can also subscribe to the forum. And then if there are any new forum, it will be just appearing here before you go to your course. And we also have an update alert that we can subscribe to by again going back to your demo tutor or your profile, and you can set notification. Okay, so for the FlexLearn, we do have an app called Brightspace Pulse. You can download from the App Store and Google Play Store, and also you can set the notification uh, if you have, but the notification will be sent only to your WOU email address. And if you have the need to have a summary of activity for your courses, actually can set them here uh, according to your preferred time, and it will be emailed to you. Okay, whether it's on daily basis or a weekly basis, that's up to you. It's strictly on your preferences. And if you don't need any updates or summary of activities, then you can also choose never, and it will never be sent to your email. And all you see is whenever you come online. Okay, and save this. Okay. So on this page, you will see my courses. So normally, um, we only allow you to view courses that you have for that current particular semester. For example, if you are tutoring something in May, some courses in May, you're able to see the title, but you are not able to click it anymore. So you're only allowed access for the current semester. Okay. Right now, we are in the ODL semester in the third semester of 2022. This is the course that I've tagged to, and actually you can see everything in my courses here, either by semester basis, or can click all and you're able to see it. Okay, those current active ones, right? So um I think I need to go back and show you that as a tutor, you are able to view the online services. So you can see the OAS, online tutorial attendance system, library, and even the tutor portal. So we practice currently the single sign-on. So whenever you have logged in to the FlexLearn, you should, whenever you click on this services link, it should take you directly to the portal itself without having you to log in again. So there's only one sign in any one of this subsystem. Okay, and the second option is discover. So for tutors, discover is very important for you because you have your resources parked. Even after this clinic, maybe by next week, we should have the recordings, and you can check on your resources, PowerPoints, and things like guides that we do for the clinic. Okay, so it's all here, uh, and it's easily accessible. Okay, like I said before, if let's say you don't know where to go back, you can actually click on the WOU icon. It will take you back to the landing page. And if you click discover, right now, our OTT or online tutor training for October has ended. So the next one will be November. So I believe all of you have done your OTT one way or the other. So the next one, if you look at here, you can see is going to be on the 7th to 27th November, right? So, but you can still go to other resources, although the OTT is not yet available to your viewing. And you can see your awards. Sometimes maybe HR needs some verification whether you have completed certain topics of the OTT. The awards button here, and you can see and click on it and generate the certificate. Okay. And we also have a need help option here, which contains the FAQ and also the video tutorials. So the video tutorial is actually linked directly to the YouTube channel that the LMS team is maintaining. You can see that videos are uploaded every time we feel there is a need for an update, uh, whether we have new content on it, so you can see it. Okay. You can also subscribe to it in case you don't want to miss out on any new videos. Okay. All right. Okay. So we've briefly looked at the widgets that we have on the landing page. Okay. The announcement widget that we have from various stakeholders from the university. Okay. And we also have the similar widgets, not only for tutors, we also have for our ODL students. Okay, so we provide this widget with guides, videos, whatever that is important for their learning. Okay. And for the site calendar, we also will update if there's any need from the stakeholder. So all of these are given to us by our stakeholder if there is a need for them to update. Okay. Right now, we are going to dive to the course itself. Okay, I'm just taking this course because this course has a component of quiz, the quiz inside FlexLearn. So I'm just going to use the quiz so that you can see the type of assessment a quiz has. Okay, what are the components that is available for tutors? Okay, so once you go into the course, you should be able to see the course navigator. Should be able to see the announcement made by the course lead. Okay, and also the due date of the quiz, which is going to end somewhere tonight. Students, they are able to, this quiz reminder that the calendar is for them to be reminded that, if they have not done the quiz, this is their chance. Okay, so if you can see that this announcement was made maybe a year ago. Okay, so no worries about that, because I think when the course lead put up this announcement, it was relevant at the time, but it's new for this tutor account that I've created. So if let's say I don't want to see this anymore, you can just click on dismiss and you won't be able to see it anymore. For the FlexLearn Navigator, once you are having any activities inside the course itself, it will track your movement there. And okay, example, let's say have viewed all this material or content. Once you go back to the course page, you can see that the course navigator has picked up what have you viewed and auto calculate the percentage. Okay. So besides the course calendar, we would like to have everything on one stop. So that's why there is a widget we call library search here. So inside every courses, you are able to see the My Digital Library Search powered by EBSCO. And actually, you can do any searching without going to the library site. You can just key in the keyword and the EBSCO host will actually give you the list of results on those keywords. Okay, so you don't have to leave and go to the library site. It's available within your course. Okay, so now let's go through the course activities that we have inside FlexLearn inside the course. So this is all pretty standard for an ODL course. We categorize it by units as opposed to our OCL courses, which are categorized in weekly basis. Okay, so for the units, you'll be able to see the overview, to see the slides. So all of this is being pushed and being filtered by your course lead before students or you view. So you can see that it differs from each course differs in terms of the materials, but our course lead will filter through and see what is relevant for the course. So this is pretty standard. I think most of you have seen it. And actually, in case you want to download all of this, you can just click the download button, the cloud arrow there, and should be able to zip everything up for Unit 2 and download it to your PC. Okay. Zips all the content that can be readable. So before we go to the course assessment, just like to show you the other functions that we have under discussions. Okay? The activities that we can have under discussion, the optional preference that you can set for yourself. So here you can see we have a discussion list, we have a subscription. So from the discussion list, you can see that these are all pretty standard discussion that you have in a course. Okay, and you can actually collapse it if you want to. Okay, expand it. So normally for a discussion list, you have a preference of setting. Okay. Uh, what we have here normally in the default setting is a reading view. So what it means by reading view is that when you go to a discussion, you will see this is the reading view. Okay. So in most cases, when I get inquiries from tutors, they will say, Manisha, I've already read, but I don't know where do I reply. Okay. So for the reading view, when you reply, you need to click an extra click there on the title, then you can see the reply button. Okay. But if you change this to a grid view, it will show you something like an overview, something like an email. If let's say you have subtopics, then it will be a bit indented here. Okay, but I think no one has replied to this thing by Miss Lakshmi. So that's why you didn't see any indented topic here. Okay, but for the grid view, again, based on your preference, you can just click and reply. For the reading view, you need to click. You can click more, but it won't show you the reply button. Okay. So by doing the click view, actually, some people prefer it because if let's say Miss Lakshmi is herself has posted, or I'm a student, I viewed it, everything here, so I can just mark as read. So everything is offset in one go. But if you do a reading view, it's kind of hard to do it. Okay, because you have to reading view. Let's take one example. Okay, you have to go and just click here. So again, it depends on your preference on what you would like to see. How do you like to see it? Because for me, personally, I would like uh, the grid view because it gives me an overview. But being tutors, you would know your preference whether you like to see the content or you like to see the overall view for it. Okay, so that is available to you, and you can set this activity according to what uh, you prefer. Okay, and you can also subscribe to the forum. You can subscribe and it show in the mini bar, which is here. Okay, so it will appear here. Can send it in an instant notification. Okay, and it be sent under the notification here. Okay, or you can send it to your email address. Again, this is all up to you because some people prefer one thing or over the other. So for FlexLearn, it's really that flexible. You are, whatever you chose will not affect the other users, will only applies to you. So that's why um all these features is very useful, and it tailors to your needs, your preference. You don't have to really use a default setting if you don't want to. Okay, so that's what we are trying to share over this session, so that although there are certain structure that cannot be override, but there are still some parts of the platform that you can actually use to um, tailor your preference. Okay, so this is under discussion. Okay, this is what you can see, because I think over time that we have used FlexLearn, a lot of the feedback we receive is on the discussion. There are too many clicks for the tutors to view, the users, not only tutors, even the students to view and reply the forum. So how can we tackle it, or how can we at least help users to know that you do have another option of, let's say, a grid view, so that you have an overview of everything, and it would just be displayed in a table manner, so that it's easier for you to read. Okay? But again, um, all of this is highly dependent on you. We already set the default setting, but by all means, you are welcome to change it as you see fit for you. Okay, right. Let me go back to my slide. So just to make sure that we are on track. So this has been covered as well as the setting. Okay. And this will be made available under your tutor resources on Discover. Okay, so not to worry if you didn't catch what I was showing you. And the recorded session also will be published under there. Okay. Okay, all right, so now we are going through the course assessment. So whenever we talk about course assessment, normally the structure of this, the navigation is that we would like the student to learn about the content first before attempting the assessment. So that's why it sits at the bottom. But of course, if your course lead, I know a few courses, the course assessment folder here is moved way to the top, because maybe the course lead feels that they need to prioritize the assessment, and maybe uh, see the content of the course later. That is also doable, but it all depends on course lead. They do have the flexibility to move things around inside the course, because they are managing it. Okay. So normally in a typical course, you would see the course assessment. Okay, course assessment folder here actually will have all the components, course assessment. So have quiz. I think for this course you would have quiz and course assessment in a form of assignment. Okay, you can see the assignment question. And for now, we are still using our online assignment submission system, whereas and we will just publish this question in the FlexLearn. Submission is still through our subsystem called OAS, because I think we still have yet to come together collaboratively decide whether we should move away from OS, because OS has been developed and tailored to whatever policy that we have in WOU. So if we are moving everything to FlexLearn, you will need uh, changes over time on the policy and the workflow and so forth. So right now, for the ODL students, they have to submit the assignments through OS. But for the OCL student, for those of you who may be doing part-time lecturing for our OCL on-campus courses, they can submit to FlexLearn, because the workflow of the assignment submission is slightly different than our ODL distance learning program. Okay. So again, you can see all the assessment here. Okay, so let's look at the quiz that is ending somewhere around 11:59 tonight. So actually, when you see the quiz, okay, this is another view. It says edit quiz. Okay, so you can see in two ways. One is through here, the other quick link is through here. So the optional quizzes link actually gives you an overview. So sometimes in courses that has quizzes, for example, decision making, uh, the course lead things over time that the students may not be too familiar with the quiz structure or workflow. The Coursley actually created one mock quiz for the students to try before attempting a real quiz. Okay, but I think for uh, this course, initially you only have one, which is quite all right. And as tutors, you can see that um, there are 128 submission for this quiz. Okay, and it will end somewhere tonight. Okay, and actually, as if though you can, it shows the edit, but I'm not too worried about it because we already configured the role. You are just being targeted to just view the quiz. Okay, see there are 10 questions for the quiz, and it's randomized question, so it means you would know which question the system will pick up for the student. Okay, so all of this information sometimes will help you in tutoring, in helping assisting your students better. Okay, so you're able to see when does it open, when does it close, uh, how much time does the student were given, and then how much time is given for the grace period for students to submit. This is another good features on FlexLearn because you give people grace period in case there some internet connectivity issues, so that uh, you can, I mean, the costly can put that here. So if that you have a student who says I don't have enough time, actually they have uh, time, they have additional time without them knowing it. Okay, and you can see that this all being published somewhere in the grade book per 100%, and their option, these options are being set by the course lead themselves. You only privy to the settings. Okay, but what I will draw your attention to is that as tutors, you are allowed to view uh, your tutorial class, and then you can see, okay, this is all available to you. You can see how many attempts, how well they did, and for you to guide your students, at least you have the knowledge, because you you don't have uh, the rights to create the quiz, but actually you have the rights to view what your students have already submitted, so that in terms of supporting the course lead, helping out students, you are able to do that with this kind of information. Okay, you can see all this tracking that the students did for this quiz, right? And have actually can even see answered this question whether it's correct, so to guide them better. Reading, and there are a few more options like statistics, which you can view overall your students did well on the quiz. So if you're handling 2 tutorial class, you'll be able to see more students. This is just an example of 1 tutorial class. So you have the user statistic, you have the question statistics. So from here you can see, but you won't know which question as you go to the question detail. Oh, 100 questions. And then finally, if let's say, there have been cases where students say, I cannot see the start quiz button. As the tutor, you can also view the quiz, providing that it's still open. What the student view. So if the student feedback to you that there are no instruction given, no time limit given, so actually you can guide them and say, no, I think there is, because everything is actually informed before they start the quiz. You're able to see the progression here. Okay, for every uh, answer that the student has is being recorded online and in real time. You can see that it's been marked. Okay, and if you have not answered, if the student, not you, have not answered any question, the system actually will flag you. Okay, so that you have a few unanswered questions. So that's how a students view it, and this will help you to understand how they view it, because um in this FlexLearn, we want you to be able to see what students see. We want you to be able to help them, guide them, and also at the same time assist the costly in managing the cost. Okay, so that's about the quiz that we have. Okay, and I think the rest is uh, pretty standard. I think we've covered this in the first session. Um, just going to run through very quickly. For the class list, you're able to see those people in your own tutorial class. Um, for a green dot here, you know that they are online. Can actually chat with them if you want, knowing that they are online. Okay, you can send an instant messaging to them. Okay. and you can see, okay, we have one person here who updated his profile. Okay, because we are trying to build a learning community so that, you know, as distance learner, we rarely meet the students, for example, unless, I mean, in tutorial class, online tutorial class, but actually having this helps you to identify, helps them to identify you as well. You can see in the enrollment statistics that for this course, there's one course lead, there's 3 students, and withdrawals. Okay, you can see that here, the course. And I think I don't, you able to see the course of offering information because they want to know when the course will end on FlexLearn. All courses, all OEL courses and OCL will end on the 15th December. Okay. So if let's say you have students who uh, would like to download the materials, would like to save, archive the materials, you can remind them, okay, it will be closed on the 15th December. You can check on this option here and advise them accordingly. Okay, before 15th of December, if any of you like to uh, save all the PowerPoints or the PDF available in this course, please do it before this date. Okay, rather than if the you cannot check, you don't know when the course will, okay, help you in helping the student and helping the course lead too. Okay, okay. Let me go back to my PowerPoint presentation. Okay. So for the course assessment, normally when we start off the semester, hopefully you'll be tutoring with us for the coming January semester. If let's say when you happen to come across any course file or assignment from the previous semester, you're welcome to just flag it and update your course lead and say, I still can see, because at the back end itself, we do remind the course lead to hide the previous question from the previous semester, because um, I think I can say almost every semester, if it's not hidden, sometimes those early students, those early comers to the course on FlexLearn, every time we open for the new semester, let's say on for January, on the 3rd of January, we open and the course lead forgot to hide the previous assignment. Most of the students that we know, if we receive tickets, will say, I actually downloaded the previous semester's file. So what should I do now? So normally we would just advise them to contact either their course lead or their tutors, because this is all academic matters, but we try to advise them accordingly, because we don't know, if let's say, obviously the question should be different, but if they answered from the previous semester, what will happen to their grades? Do they need to resubmit all of those? We are not sure, because I think the decision belongs to the academics course lead of the school, but that's why it's important if you go in for the first few days when the semester, before the semester begins, when we launch FlexLearn for the semester, if you see any miscellaneous files from the previous semester that you think shouldn't be there, you can actually just flag your comment on it. Okay? Okay. So this the rest I've actually has brief you on it, the access that you have on the statistics, on the grading, on the time log. Time log actually for me is just for tracking. Okay. I have this thing called a time log. Okay. So this is quite useful, especially for us, even at the back end when we were doing the checking. So sometimes we have feedback from student. Uh, they try to attempt the quiz, but uh, they got out or locked out from the system. So this is where we check, and we can see if somebody goes in, but maybe stops at certain um, questions. So we will just verify and say, okay, maybe this student does have problem. But we also require them to provide us with any screenshot of any error that they might face. Okay, see here people entering. Okay, those who have completed. I don't think we've used much of this, but actually we use this for tracking. So this is the overview. This is tracking, like I said just now, every time somebody responds to the question, it gets saved. So the system will capture it. Okay. And you can see from here, internet connection restored. So if let's say there is a lag, so everything will be good. Okay. But if you do need help in identifying or resolving some issues that the student might have, or some IT related issue, you're welcome. Just send a help desk, they can try to help you.